I hope all is well. As always, I'm going to be going over the S&P 500 E-mini futures for Wednesday, July 2nd. Not the most exciting day today. Um, Mostly just a bull trend day with a good push up early in the morning and then kind of sideways to up the whole rest of the day. There were a couple quick scalp trades. I was break even on the day. I didn't really make very many trades, but I'll get into that. But it should be a very, very quick video today. As always, before I get started, shout out Al Brooks. His course will be down below, and a huge, huge shout out to my mentor, Troy H. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be trading. Um, so we actually get an open with a very massive bearish bar down, looking like it almost completed this leg from yesterday. Over 6 points down, but very quickly gets a huge reversal from two. And with two bars, one being very, very strong down and one being up, it's kind of hard to hop in a trade with anything. This is just kind of volatility, don't know where it's going. You get kind of a pullback, you could say pullback failure on three, and then a second push up for the bulls, and then another pullback failure on six, and a third push up closing above the EMA for the bulls. Now, some would argue that buying the close of seven was the best trade of the day. You would have been able to get up 13 points on one contract, or even more, maybe 15 at the peak of 15 or the peak of 17. But for me, I saw three pushes up with a very big bull bar to start or bear bar to start off the day. Three pushes up, first time crossing the EMA on the day. Might reject the EMA after crossing, but definitely a strong close. This is where I messed up and probably should have hopped in and decided not to. And a lot of these bars, 8, 9, and 10 aren't the greatest looking bars, but after you see all three of these, or even 8 close with a micro gap, now closing above the EMA without a rejection of the EMA and a quick reversal back down, could definitely think that this is now going quite a bit higher. Maybe this restarted the leg count with these four, or breaking the EMA restarted the leg count. So you really could have bought 8 and scalped up for at least 10 points. I think probably the safest trade was to sit through kind of these doji bars. And then once you get 11 with a great close and a strong micro gap, you could have bought 11 and could have scalped up to the previous day high for around 7 or 8 points. And then at its peak here on 15, you could have gotten 10. But for me, I thought, once again, I thought this was a third push up. I thought maybe 11 could be climactic. So I kind of missed this trade, but I wasn't upset about it. And the rest of the day was really just sideways trading range to up behavior. Nothing really, really crazy. You get a big push down and then 16. I actually, this was a trade that I did take. I thought maybe 7 restarted the leg count pushing above the EMA, and now we have a huge first leg up, and it was a first leg on the 15-minute chart as well, with tons of strength factors. And I thought this might need a second leg up. So you can see that 15 pulls back into a good 30 to 55% pullback range. Quick rejection of 17. 17 is a massive bar, closing with pretty strong IBS, 5 points up. So I actually bought the close of 16, expecting a symmetrical second leg. So I thought it was going to at least test the Globex high, which was 10 points up, which would be a semi-symmetrical leg up, second leg up for the bulls. But as you can see quickly, my hypothesis failed. This kind of went into a trading range, couldn't break above the wicks of both 15 and 17. They both try to test here. So I quickly got out break even once my hypothesis failed. And then you kind of just get these, sideways stuff. You get one, pull back 2 legs here, going down to the EMA. Every single time it went down to the EMA, it rejected it though. So I thought, if you were a scalper and you just wanted to scalp quick points, every time it broke down to the EMA, say on 31, you could have just bought the EMA and let it push back up. Scalped 5 to 6 points every single time. I think the best little scalp off the EMA was probably 46. Touches the EMA, pushes right back up, and you could have made, 3 to 4 points. But every time it touches the EMA, it just kind of bounced back up. Um, like I said, trading range kind of behavior, sideways to up, kind of looking like a sideways to up bull channel. Um, let's see what it looks like on the 15-minute chart. Yep, just looking like a bull channel on the 15-minute chart. Clearly pushing up, trying to break down, couldn't break through the EMA. It's been above the EMA the whole entire day today. Very bullish behavior. Go back to the 5. I don't know why this is taking forever to load. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my Wi-Fi is a little slow. Like I said, you could definitely have bought off the EMA. There was a trade somewhere in here. Yeah, 38. You can see closes, literally with a 100 IBS. It's the best bar strength I'd seen the whole entire day with a micro gap, with a very large micro gap at its close. So I thought that it was definitely gonna. My hypothesis of the whole entire day was that it was gonna try to test the Globex high at some point, even if it took the whole entire day. So I actually bought the close of 38 again. Once again, my hypothesis went against me on bar, 41 and then 43. So I got out again, break even um, on that trade. But once again, as you guys can see, my hypothesis ended up working out. It just took a lot of time. So every single time it pushes down to the EMA, you could have just bought, went up, made a couple points. Right here, you could have bought 51, made 3 points, all the way up to the Globex. So finally pushes through the Globex, the pre-market high, and then the last 30 minutes or so of the day was kind of choppy, kind of gets a good push down, closes below the EMA, but still rejects it right away. Good push up to end the day. Um, but a very trading weight range sideways to up, not super tight bull channel today. I expect probably some resistance um, at some point here soon. I know I've talked about it. I talked about it in my video on Monday. But if you guys don't remember, um, clearly here on the weekly chart, it's very far off the EMA. EMA hasn't been tested in quite a while, so I expect the bears to um, test the EMA at some point. And then even going to the monthly chart, you guys can also see that it has now been 2 months in the start of this month before since the bears have tested the EMA, at least tried to. So I expect some sort of test. It could happen, in a month, 2 months, but um, something's going to happen here soon. But yeah, I don't know why the 5 minute chart takes so long to load, but thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys made it to the end of the video, very short video today, but thank you guys for watching. If you guys did watch, and shout out to Al Brooks, shout out to Troy H, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and have a great 4th of July. I'm not sure if I'm going to be posting tomorrow. I might not even trade, so we'll have to see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.